Hi guys, it's Friday the 7th of March and I'm going to put a row of potatoes in. I've already done some in buckets just behind me here. So what I've got here, I've got some potato fertiliser, I've got a few slug pellets, I'll tell you why in a minute, and I've got my potatoes, which are Picasso. These are quite big varieties, so I can grow jacket potatoes with these. They grow quite big. Obviously they're in the ground a long time. Maybe you think it's a little bit early, but down in the southwest it obviously gets milder than that now than the rest of the part of the country, so we can get away with a couple of 3 weeks before you guys can up in the north, which is ideal. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to put a row of potatoes in and I'll tell you what this contraption's for. Well, as you can see, I've put a little line down through here. And what I'm going to do is use this contraption here. What this does, I can put it in the soil, push hard on it, and then push on it. I can drop my potato in the middle there. So, hope you can see. Get my line, push down, slice like that. Get a bit of potato fertiliser, drop that down the hole. I'll put a little bit of slug killer. I don't really like using slug killer, but I got quite a few kill slugs here, so I use a little bit, only a couple. Put that down the hole. Get my potato. Obviously the potato, the shoots upwards, so we plant it in the ground so the shoots are upwards. Just drop it in like that. Fertiliser. I find this much better way than actually digging a trench. And what I'll do then, as the shoots come up, I shall cover them with soil and start banking them up. If you've got too many eyes here, just rub a few off. You don't want too many eyes on these if you want to grow big potatoes. I think that'll do it for that. That row's complete now. Just rake it in then, rake the hose over. As soon as you see the signs of shooting, start banking them up. As you can see, the soil is not too bad here at all. Just remember to leave quite a gap, because don't forget there's a row there and going to be a row here, so all this earth but from here to here is going to be banked up, so leave a bit of space for actually banking up your potatoes. On the top, this is completely buried under the ground. These I don't really like using slug death, but it's underground, so no birds are going to actually get it. And you're putting a few down the hole there. Oh, that's a nice big one to go in. Too big, you hardly go down the ground. keep an eye out for the shoots. As soon as these come through, keep banking them. Right, what I've done here on my green manure, a few days ago I just chopped the top off. As you can see down the bottom there, some are still growing, but I'm keeping that in there for seed for this year, so I can so it's set seed, and then I can collect the seed from that instead of buying more green manure. So at the moment what I'm doing is just digging the roots in, just turning it over. Nice fibrous roots. It's kept the actual ground quite good. It hasn't compacted the ground. The rain hasn't compacted the ground, and perhaps it's just soaked a bit of water up as well. So I'm just turning this over at the moment. Getting quite hot. Right, got a new plot holder here. We swapped over plots. He's trying to get on with it at the moment. He's done his shed, which I'll show you in a minute. The shed was tumbling down, but he's done a good job of that now. So you see, he's got a lot to do. He's got a lot of firewood to build down. He's building a brick wall up there for water harvesting. That's what I was trying to get out. A bit of water harvesting. So yeah, he's coming on there. Still a lot to do, but I'll just show you up there what he's doing. He's building a water harvesting station just like I've got up there, so which is great. Doesn't mind filming. He loves filming. Right, these are my sweet peas. What I've done, I put my canes up, as you've just seen. It's probably about half a foot apart, well, I'll say just over half a foot. I put these tubes in to save water, so the water will go straight into the roots. Each cane has a sweet pea plant in, as you can see here. And what I'll do a bit later on, I'll pick the strongest one I'll pick, and I'll let that run up the cane. I'll tie the sweet peas in every time and take off all the side shoots. So that's what I'm going to do with these. So every cane has got a sweet pea in, and as they get a bit bigger than this, I'll select one of the strongest stems and chop the other stems off and grow the strongest stem up the cane, and at the same time I'll be taking out the side shoots. So what happens doing it this way, you get much stronger sweet peas. I should be getting sweet peas by probably the end of May, depending on the temperature. If the temperature is quite warm at the beginning of May, towards the late May, I should be getting sweet peas. But normally it's the end of May when I start getting sweet peas. So that's my sweet pea cordon in. Just a little quick update on my large onion seeds. As they're coming on now, I'm protecting the stem here from going over. So I got these little supports I made out of a little bit of wire. So yeah, they're coming on pretty well. They are. No, that's my giant onions. These are just my ordinary onions. As you can see, coming on well. Got some broad beans. These are the pink ones I was talking to you about a couple of weeks ago. So they're coming on good. I mean, they're probably due to plant in the ground anytime soon. Right, just painting my little sticks for the potatoes. Put a few rows of potatoes in now. You know those little plastic things that you can use and pencil the markers, the little plastic markers. I always find that they just disappear. Birds pull them out and then you go to dig the potatoes up and they're like lovely, but you can't remember what they were called because your little markers disappeared. So what I do, I just get some wood and give it a coat of paint. This is ordinary shed paint or fence paint. So just giving this little stick of paint. I've used this one last year, so just giving it a freshen up. I'm trying not to get it all over me. And what I'll do then is get my black marker after that's dried. Right, come back to that one in a minute when it's dry. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I have started to get some sprouting broccoli coming on. I'll pick you up. Yes, got some sprouting broccoli coming on, which is gorgeous. Got a stencil here now. So what I'm going to do is go around with a permanent ink marker. Thanks for the lend of this, Chris. Oh, that's not very good. Picasso. Picasso.
Can you spell?
No. That's S. Another S. Oh. Oh, I see. Picasso, that'll do, won't it? Do this one as well, shall I? P. Because what it is, see, Chris, I'll put those little markers in and the birds just nick them. And I think that's a nice spud, but I don't know what it is. Because the marker's gone.
That's why I only do two sorts. One lot in bags, one lot in the bed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to say that on camera?
I just did.
You just did. Right, two S's and that's done then. An S, S and an O. Nice one, Chris.
Sorted, bub.
That's alright.
There you go.
Thanks a lot. Right, what I'm going to do here, I'll put on some tomato plants. This is a Beefmaster variety. These are the big tomatoes. The pot's getting a bit too small now for its root. So I've got a new pot here. And what I'm going to do is just fill it a little bit with compost. This is just multi-purpose compost. Just to see if the pot goes in foul. I'll pop that in. And we'll fill the corners up with more compost. Basically how you do it. What will happen if we leave it in these small pots, the tomato plant will just shoot to the sky, so you've got a great big long stem. So I need to transplant these into larger pots before they actually go into the greenhouse for actually growing. So that's Beefmaster F1, large tomato. There's another one potted on. I come to the end of the day. Still a bit of a sunset, but missed most of it, unfortunately. Okay, time for me to wrap up and go home. I'll see you on the next time.